All right, can you imagine showing up someplace, waiting to escort somebody back, and they didn't show up? All right. And mind you, you're in a war zone. So this is day number two being in Iraq. So we're driving to the border of Jordan. And along the way there, we're driving past places like Ramadi and Fallujah, and that was pretty surreal, right? And right around Ramadi area, I remember driving by. There was looked like an armory or ammo supply point or place where they stored ammunition was on fire, but there wasn't any active combat going on. It was just on fire. So imagine seeing that. So we drive to the border and we arrived there and we were supposed to wait for this guy to come across the border that we were going to pick up. Well, the guy never showed up. So my dad, who had the satellite phone, he picked it up and then he called the headquarters back in Baghdad. Well, wouldn't you know it? Nobody answered. And I don't know if it's because we didn't have the right number. I don't know if we didn't do it properly. I wasn't actually the one punching the numbers in, but I would venture to say they probably didn't answer it. All right. Nobody was there monitoring it. So can you imagine you're in a war zone, you're out miles and miles, hours and hours away from any help, and you go to make a call for help, we wouldn't get any. Okay. So just the thought of that kind of freaks me out after all these years because at the time I didn't know any different. But now looking back after all the other teams I've been on and companies I worked for, that was pretty crazy what we did. We decided to turn back around, we head back, and as we're driving down the road, it was starting to get, not getting dark, but the sun was starting to go down. We come across this checkpoint out of nowhere. All right. And at that particular time, the Iraqis or insurgents were setting up checkpoints and they were ambushing people, either shooting them or maybe just robbing people. So we're heading towards this ambush point or this particular checkpoint, and we're thinking, oh man, it's going to be this could be a potential problem because the Iraqis that set it up they weren't wearing uniforms. So as we're approaching this, we're all calling each other out on the radio. We're like, okay, I got this guy on the right. You guys take this guy on the left because we had our guns and we weren't showing them at the time. So we was prepared to shoot to the doors and take out these potential bad guys. We had to. But anyway, we pull up and everything went well. They just motioned us through and we pushed through and thank God because that would have been a bad situation. So we drove to Baghdad and we made it there safely. So until the next video, you guys take safe.